Hello everyone, it's Fred again from Notes of a Nomad, video number 175. Question number 3 from Scott Pape. What does being a dad mean to you? Hey, it's Father's Day as well. So good question on the fact that Father's Day is around this time of year. So let's see, as far as being a dad, I have 6 children who refer to me as dad. I have a daughter in Australia, another daughter in California, and a son and daughter here in British Columbia, and 2 stepchildren, a son and a daughter in Toronto. So there's 6 of them. And I remember saying, children are a gift. They, like everything in life, they have their challenges, but they also have their joyous times. And I remember often saying, wow, it's so nice to have these children in my life. I don't know what it would be like without them. So there's a lot of joy and challenges. I'm sure everyone who is a parent knows that. But one thing I think we try and do is trying to help them be the best they can be. That's something. Now, how do we do that? Well, I did what I thought was right. Hey, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. But I just want to refer to Scott Pape as well. I wish I had known, and he had this book out when I was bringing up my children, because what he suggested in his book, or one of his books, his family book, is you have a family tradition. Every Sunday or so, you have family dinner where everybody's involved, everybody helps, they clean up and they help cook. And there's sort of a tradition of where they he says children should have jobs, like 3 jobs they do, and if they've done their jobs for the week, they get paid, and then they put in some money in each of the 3 jars that it refers to. If you read his books, I think one is the splurge, where you can, if you're going to movies or you're going out for dinner, the money comes out of the splurge jar. Then you have the smile jar or the savings jar, where you put money in how much you're saving. This is for long term and for um, whatever you want to save for, depending on what time of your life is, if you're young or you're adults. And then the third jar is the give jar, where you help others and donate some money. So that's what happens on the Sunday, but it's to have a routine, to practice. And it's, to me, it's communication. It's all about communication. That's something that I've learned in Agra. The more I'm involved with Toastmasters and now Agra, is communication is the key to so many things. And I always encourage my children to explore different things in the world, explore the world if you can, but don't just sit and say, okay, this is my life in this little box, whatever the box is. Look outside of the box. It's quite amazing what the world has to offer. So I think my children and even grandchildren have done extensive traveling in some cases. So I'm really pleased, because I think that's the best education. See other people, other cultures, other countries if possible. So those are the things that I wish I had known. What Scott Pape, that book he has, one of his books is about that. It's wonderful. Um, they had 10 concepts as well that he covers. They discuss these things like learning to cook, volunteering, having a job by the time when you're 15, have a part-time job. These are all things that help children. And if I had known that, I would have probably been better in communicating and having a family tradition, as he suggests. So that's what being a parent means to me. It's got a lot to do with communication. And that said, I'm just going to add something else. Um, we, I spoke previously about being married twice and divorced twice. And there's a great book that I think is very relevant, and it was called The 5 Core Conversations for Couples written by a husband and wife, David and Julie Bullitt, I believe. David is a divorce lawyer, and Julie is a family therapist. I think they're in Washington, D.C. And they say there's 5 things that you should discuss. And the first thing is communication. Communication, as I said, I think is the biggest challenge we have in the world and the best thing we can practice. So communication, how are we going to communicate on a regular basis? And then financial, how are we going to handle, what are our financial plans? That's the second thing. The third thing is parenting. What are our thoughts on how we're going to parent children? Fourth is sex. And the fifth is work-life balance. These are things we should discuss. I don't think I had any discussions with my 2 wives on any of those topics. So I guess we just do our best, but there are some excellent materials, Scott Pape's books, particularly about the family and bringing up children. A wonderful book. I really encourage anyone to have a look at that. And the second is the book about the 5 core conversations for couples. So with that, those are my suggestions and my thoughts. And the question was, what does it being a dad mean to you? A lot of joy. And I think my life would not be the same for sure without the 6 children. So with that, I'll say adios, au revoir, wishing you, your family and friends, lots of love and laughter. Bye for now from Fred. Until next time, from Notes of a Nomad.